AJet fans, come on in. Let's huddle up. Let's talk about our first division game of the season against our favorite team, the New England Patriots. All right? Well, the best news we've heard in a while, I think, is Nick Mangold's going to be playing in the game, which is going to be a big help for our offensive line. It should help Nick, should help the running game maybe develop a little bit, and he can certainly dictate how the blocking schemes should be done. He's a very wily veteran as well as simply terrific at his position. Now, we do have to eliminate the turnovers. This is the thing that's important when it comes to beating yourself. Don't turn the ball over. Don't make penalties. In the last 3 games, we've had 23 penalties. So you want to cut those down. You also want to think about the snap count, the formations, the route running. The mental errors usually bury teams. I mean, teams hurt themselves more than the other side beats them a great deal of the time. Our receivers need to run good routes and catch the ball. And of course, Mark Sanchez needs to read the defenses and be throwing to the correct spots. If we can get these things accomplished on offense, we've got a better chance of winning the game. Defensively, it's very similar when it comes to hurting yourself, not blowing defensive assignments, being out there when you're supposed to be out there. Now, Tom Brady has a way of getting these penalties called against the opposition when they're trying to substitute. So how are we going to get our nickel and dime packages on the field? I'm talking about our 5 and 6 defensive back schemes and still put pressure on Tom Brady, because if he has time to throw, he's going to complete passes against any kind of defense, right? I promise you. So what we've got to do defensively, and Coach Pettin has really laid it on the line here, this is a chess match. He's got to outguess Belichick's staff, in a sense. He's got to have his defensive scheme versatile to where Tom Brady doesn't anticipate what's coming, where those offensive linemen are guessing about who's stunting, who's coming from where, how do we block them. Coach Pettin has got to confuse the offensive line of the Patriots with a different defensive look every series practically. Because once New England gets a handle on what you're trying to do, then they can adjust. So this game is going to be one of these chess matches. It's going to be 4 quarters, because you cannot, defensively, you cannot let New England know what to expect throughout the game. Personally, when I look at this matchup, I think, how do we stop Wes Welker? Kid's caught 40 passes already this season. Leads the league. He's their best receiver. I would expect to see Revis on Welker some of the time at least. Some of the time at least. The reason I say some of the time, because you don't want to tell New England what you're going to do every time, right? I think we should use 6, 7 defensive backs, even on first down at times, so we can rush the passer, cover these guys, and stop the run with our DBs. They're supposed to be able to tackle too, you know. So defensively, it's an ongoing scheme-changing deal. Don't beat yourself with the busted assignments. The same thing on the offensive side of the ball. Now, you know, it would be absolutely wonderful if Coach Westhoff's special teams, Joe McKnight, Curley, if they can make a big return. Wouldn't that be good? If we can get a couple of those good returns and limit New England to their returns, that's a major part of the game, folks. Major part of the game. And Folk, I tell you, old Nick, as you know, he's been perfect this season. If he can keep kicking that ball accurately, and Conley, when we're called on to punt, drop those punts inside the 20. Force New England to have to go the length of the field. These are all ways and things that we should do to be able to win this game. Now, if we don't beat New England. Hey, it's not the end of the season, you know. Not by any stretch of the imagination. We have to play New England again, and we'll want to, win or lose, back home. Plus, we get the Buffalo Bills twice already, huh? So, New England has a loss in our division. The Jets don't. We can beat these guys and get 2 losses on New England, and you have the Bills coming to town and seeing them, you're playing them 2 more times. We're going to have edge on that division, see? So this is a huge game for us, but again, it's not the end of the world if we lose this game. It's going to take the best effort the players can put out there. It's going to take the best coaching that Pettin can come up with, and Schottenheimer too. And then it comes down to execution, how these guys execute on the field. I'm looking so forward to this kickoff, man. I'm really anxious about this game because I guess it's our key opponent in the first division game of the season. All right? I'll be with you on Twitter, keeping up with it live time, and I'll get back to you after the game. Until then, it's Jets, Jets, Jets. Ready? Break!